Hey you guys. So today is July 17th. Last night we had a full moon eclipse in Capricorn, and I am releasing everything that does not serve me, including these ends. Now, you guys know that I usually trim my hair every 3 months. I have fine strands, and fine strands should be trimming every 3 months to cut out any damage before it has time to wreak havoc on the rest of your hair. And then if you have medium to thick strands, you can trim every 4 months. But you should be trimming, seasonally, essentially. But I'm actually off my schedule, so for the past, I want to say like month and a half, I have been going through it, growing through it, but also just becoming truly. And so I haven't been paying attention to my hair. And now that I'm feeling good and feeling blessed, I'm getting back to my hair. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to easily trim your hair. I already have 2 videos on trimming, but this video is going to be kind of like straight to the point. This is how you make it easy on yourself when you're at home trimming. So the first thing you need to do is gather your supplies. Gathering everything up first is going to make it super easy. And I also want to say that you want to trim when you have ample time. Handling scissors is something that a lot of people aren't familiar with, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you didn't go to school to be a hairstylist. So, handling hair shears can be a little intimidating. So don't rush yourself. Give yourself the time to really take your time and get it right so you don't mess anything up. So, as far as supplies, you're going to need some warm water, and warm water just helps to open up the cuticle and allow your hair to receive the products and moisture that you choose. I like to trim my hair wet with conditioner so that I can see the curls and then I can trim off the unhealthy parts of the bottom of the curl. So I'm using this Giovanni Smooth as Silk Deeper Moisture Conditioner. As far as tools to detangle, I'm using my Felicia Leatherwood detangling brush, but my hair is already detangled. I just cleansed, detangled, and deep conditioned. And then I'm also using a white tooth comb, a fine tooth comb if I still need it. I don't think I will though. And then of course, hair shears. So these shears are pretty affordable. They're like $13. You can get them at Sally's. I would prefer to have more quality hair shears, but for right now, this will do. And I'm going to link some other options for hair shears down in the bottom of the description box. But something I want you guys to keep in mind, you should be sharpening or replacing your hair shears at least every 2 years so that they remain sharp. If you're only trimming your hair yourself. If you're trimming other people's hair, then you may want to replace it every year. And then these are my hair clips that I'm going to be using. Alright, so as you guys can see, my bang is shorter than the rest of my hair. And I'm just going to put that to the side because that's going to be its own section. And then divide each half into workable sections. So the easiest way for me to do that is just to start at the top and split it in half again. Now that I have my back section fully separated and everything else is clipped out of the way, what I'm going to do is separate this section into a very easily managed chunk of hair, and we're going to focus on this piece of hair first. And this is why you really want to make sure you have ample time, because it may take some time. The smaller the sections you use, the easier it is to control your hair and not feel so overwhelmed and just confused. And so since I'm a month and a half off my schedule, I should have trimmed my hair early June, and it is mid-July, and I haven't. My ends are pretty dry. Like, I can feel at least half an inch to an inch of hair that's pretty dry on the ends. I have seen an uptick in breakage and it just being more difficult to detangle. So I'm due to have my hair trimmed. And then I'm going to apply just a little bit, like a little bit of conditioner. And this is just to give slip and help the curls to pop out so that I can see it clearly. Just to make sure everything's detangled, I'm going to take my Felicia Leatherwood brush vertically. You use this brush vertically to detangle and then horizontally to smooth. So I'm gonna detangle it vertically, and then I'm going to smooth and define my curls horizontally, as you see here. And then now we're going to trim. So looking at my ends, and I'll get you guys a close-up. Looking at my ends, I can see where it starts to get like a little sparse. I'm going to trim that off. Let's see, we'll start with this curl. If you guys can see, like that bottom curl looks a little bit wispier than the rest, that's what I'm gonna trim off. And I'm gonna start small, just so I don't over trim. Here, yeah, right there. So that's how much I trimmed off, like a little circle, like a little half a curl.
So now I'm just going to repeat this process. First, I'm detangling, and here after detangling, I'm smoothing each individual curl to make it easier for me to see when I go in and trim, and this just kind of helps to speed up the process, batching all of your actions. So I'm smoothing the curls here, and now I'm going to be trimming each curl, and I don't want to over trim, so here I am going to trim that little wispy part that you see, and now it looks thicker and healthier, and just repeat that around my entire head.
So I'm staying pretty even all the way around and trimming about half a curl, but in the areas where it is like relatively thin and the curl is unhealthy at the bottom, I'm trimming as much as I need to. And so usually within my crown area, I end up trimming whatever needs to be trimmed because it can get pretty, I don't know, my crown is an area that I have to take special care for, and she is very susceptible to breakage and just weakness, and you know, I have to baby this area. So when I trim, I really like to make sure I get all of the damage out, so I'm not bringing any damage into this new season and new phase. And really, when you keep on and hold on to the damage, you just make things harder in the long run. So I'm getting rid of everything. So this right here can go immediately. That was like a 1-inch strand just kind of hanging out. Actually, that did a good amount. So yeah, that looks better. And this, there we go. So that looks better. And if you can trim at an angle, that's just gonna make it easier on your curl so you don't incur more damage. A blunt end is more susceptible to damage. So here is what this curl looks like. Again, there's like a piece of hair that's just kind of hanging out. So I'm going to cut about, let's see, that much off. And this area is still thin, not thin, fine. But I am cutting a good amount off. So let's, as you can see those little straggly pieces there. And I'm going to cut, maybe like that looks good, and then that looks good. All right, and then the straggly pieces are gone. And you can start to see the curl try to come in. A little struggle piece on the end there. And I might have to cut a lot out of this one. Let's see. Yeah, I can cut a little bit more. So here I probably cut like definitely 1 inch. And now it looks much better. But all right, so now the crown area looks better. See how easy and quick just a little trim can change how your hair looks? So you never skip the trim. Never, never, never. I need to take my own advice and not skip the trim. process took me about an hour and a half. So if it takes you a while to trim your hair, like that's completely fine. It just seems like it didn't take me long because I edited the video. But something that I noticed while I was trimming my hair is I can see that I took my attention off my hair. I was able to see some of the parts of my hair that really weren't in good condition, specifically this portion up here where you guys saw that there was a big chunk of hair that was straight. That for me was a true lesson learned, because I noticed that as my hair gets longer and I have achieved my hair goals, I have to remind myself not to take it for granted and to still give my hair the attention that she deserves and to still stay on top of everything that I know I should be doing. Because when I stop doing what worked to get me here, I start to regress back to unhealthy hair. So that was kind of like a kick in the butt, like, girl, you still need to do what you know you need to do. But my hair looks a lot better. As you guys can see, you know, things are much more even. There's less straggly spots, I guess. And I really just wanted to come on here and give you guys a length check, because I usually do them on Instagram and I never really do them on YouTube. So the first part we're going to do is the back. So this is where my hair falls in the back. And I would say that this is, I don't even know. I never know. For me, I consider tailbone length a little bit farther down, like right here. So I guess you could say like I'm hip length. I'm past hip length, which is pretty good. And then in the front, just in case you guys are wondering how long my bang is. So this is like the longest part of my bang, and then this is the shortest part of my bang. So pretty long. And then on the side, which for me is always interesting to see. Let's see. This is my, let me see, almost hip length. Wow, that's pretty good. Oh my gosh. Damn. Yeah, my hair is basically hip length on the side. Okay, so that's a new discovery. I didn't know that my hair was that long. So that's what my hair is. And if I keep up with my trends, it will continue to retain its length and to grow and to flourish. I'm gonna go ahead and style my hair for the week. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Also, check out my hair journey video if you're new here to see my complete process from TWA to waist length to hip length. I always get confused like with the lengths, which is why I don't like to really do length checks. But hip length, from TWA to hip length. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Here's to your journey, learning your hair and really becoming comfortable in who you are and letting that shine through no matter what. Have a great day.